Welcome back to Resident Evil here on the heavybass channel. Last time we played around as Ada. We managed to have an easier time in the sewer segment rather than frickin' Sherry did. And with that again, we're gonna go back down to the only locked room available, and we are gonna proceed with the last bit of the game. But as usual, just want to point this out, we haven't seen Mr. X in a while. There's only two rooms left, basically, before we can successfully conclude that we're basically done here. To do that, though, we need to head down to the last club room, and then other than that, we're going to keep exploring this area because, then again, in the B section, the other character's sub-area does open up. So, for instance, yeah, I'm going to be activating the infinite ammo cheat because God knows, because I know it's just Mr. X is coming up because we haven't heard from him in a while, and he's the only dangerous thing left in the station since we killed pretty much everything else. So a bit of forward planning here, just to make sure, but not too less. Sorry, I needed to have a drink because it gets. You know how it means you do a lot of recordings and it does all that? Exactly the same thing here. It does a lot of recordings. More or less. Anyway, moving straight back on. We're gonna head to the last locked door in the entire station. The room that we haven't been to yet. Also, there's a little bit of a hint that we saw back in an earlier part where the crank was normally located in the spade room. Not anymore. It is not. It is actually no longer there, and they've moved it around, which I think was kind of clever. So anyway, last locked door. Saw that first. Anyway, we used the club key. Now it is completely useless. In Claire's version, we were stuck with the liquor that was in the room. Not so much here. Practically, this is the press room. Somewhere around the back here, I think, was sort of like a healing item. Anyway, this puzzle, since we have the automatic lighter, like so, turn on the middle, turn on the right, and turn on the left. And so we get the cog drops, and see if we move further. Holy fuck! When the fuck did he get here? Yep, he's back and he's pissed. We killed back in part 1. But one thing I hate about Mr. X is that he just shows up out of nowhere, and literally he just do all that stuff. Check his corpse for a weapon, which we do. Some 30 shotgun, some 30 handgun bullets. Since we're pretty much done here, let's pick up the cog wheel. And I think he'll be getting up soon, because you can't fully kill him. Yeah, you can't kill him. Let's just get out of the room. We got rid of him entirely. So that's about that. So if we decide to... So if we head round to fucking here, go through there, go for this room. Jesus, he fucking likes to smack walls. Bloody hell. Keep whacking with the shotgun shells, because he's not going to go down easily. Come on. There you go. And down like a bitch. He'll have some shotgun shells, but that's about it. He breaks through 2 walls, and that's the only thing he does. We are literally done with the room. Now then, mentioned before in the last part when Leon was on his own, he mentioned about Claire and mentioned that she blew up the entryway to where the chief is. Guess where the crank is this time? It's up in the Claire section. So luckily for us, we already know where to go. Of course, I don't trust that Mr. X. Literally, all Mr. X does in this video is literally just break through everything. So like we killed him once, we killed him twice. She's due for a third video, but then of course liquors are now here, and God forbid, they're all terrible because I've got a lot of weakened shit and I'm not in the mood to deal with them yet, because at this point liquors can actually go ahead and start and go for their death animation, which is the jump up and decapitate move, which is cool. We don't need it yet. So let's get our healing items going. See, the healing items in this game are, in the B-side, are all for Mr. X. And more or less, I want to get this one out of the way, because, you know, I hate Mr. X. This is the one side, I think, this is probably the reason why Mr. X is not well liked. And he's going to be a fucker in the next one. But anyway, that we managed to... Since we were in the sewers, literally when we were at the end point of the game, Claire now opens up. We're at the Chief's pod. Don't worry though, all the items are still there. We can't access the portrait yet, but we have the Chief's diary, which basically tells us that he killed. Fun fact: in the manga, he already deduces that he kills the woman, very smartly as well. Of course, this is where the Chief has his own special forces unit, and that's kind of cool. Anyway. Something in the stuffed animal. I thought there was an item in the stuffed animal, but there isn't. But more or less, simply got that ready. Ready, Freddy. Let's head to where Claire met up with Sherry, and this is probably where I think this is probably where a good indication of where So anyway, that's the secretary diary, and she finds out about the Chief, and then finds out about the Chief's evil ambitions, and basically, assuming he kills her, is that we take the crank. This is the reason why we came up here in the first, that square crank, which allows us to get to the last place in the entire game. But the music comes back, and so does Mr. X. Again, he's right to keep shooting him because he's right there. Luckily, he doesn't have much to go with and slows down every time he gets hit. There you go. Mr. X is down. Again. So Magnum bullets this time. Pretty cool. So we went from shotgun shells, pistols, and now we got some more Magnum bullets to make sure that we can get out of the station safely. Excellent. In fact, you can get a lot of bullets. In fact, I just realized you can get a lot of bullets here. Just realized. Anyway, we're done with Chief Irons' office. There's not much that we can do here, but this pretty much is going to end the video, though. Holy moly! That's a lot of times that we faced off against freaking Mr. X, and he's a bit annoying. Yes, it's true. Which is pretty true. Which is pretty much killed Mr. X at every given opportunity. We don't see him for a while. We don't. Because we stopped Mr. X from ever hurting us, and we managed to reclaim our bullets. So that we can also pick up our handgun bullets. Just realized as well, we are not going to be... So let's turn the cheat off so that we can relax now. Mr. X is gone. So that we can use the ammo up the same way, because the only reason why you want to use the ammo cheat is basically to take down Mr. X. Because he's an arrow waste. He's basically there for ammo sponging, and that sucks in the end. Anyway, next time on Resident Evil, we got the necessary components to wrap this shit up and get out of the police station. See you guys next time. Bye for now.